My issue no so no pendi ye pa scholarship secretariat ye de man hwanom the needy or vulnerable na so be hwem no beneficiaries no e wo mo betimi atua e de won ho akọ school amo akọ aba no asebe we secondary school senior high school a wo hia scholarship ni bi se wotimi further education say ye degree no okoye say ye masters no obebo ntwetwe de sa wonya enti no I think say this week issue ba ko a eno so trendy year Ghana's commissioner yo UK and Ireland is Benson e de ababe to just say hwe nkratemu a beneficiaries no obaba ko a waware ya chese emrana ma no ho kwani tire ye se okwa akosua de wo kono odini kunu ene ne mamiensa ka ho ya chese allowances a wodo wose ye de ma no bema no ene nkora ni nyina so wonum enya bi na yenko hwe sa video ni mra ye ba ye bedi nkomo ho
these are documents from the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat. All these, and if you see the rot in this, you will be amazed. All these are scholarship documents that I received from the Ghana Scholarship. Look, I cringed reading these documents. I cringed. The rot that happened under the former registrar. This particular one is one woman gets, I don't want to mention names.
Okay.
I'll say Princess.
Poor and needy people.
No, they are not. Name Princess. She gets a scholarship. She goes with her children, 3 of them. Ajovi, Akosia, Asiye.
The children are also awarded scholarship?
No, they are paid to come and stay with the mother to study.
Why?
And the spouse, the husband.
Is that how it works?
That is how Kingsley Agyemang did it.
Is it legal?
I have no idea. And so this one, for instance, she has 3 children. She gets awarded a master's degree program. She gets paid for the master's program with stipends. Her husband gets paid to come and support the wife to study. Together with their 3 children. Together with
support us in how?
That's a baby. Is a baby also a scholarship student? That is the awardees' children. That's the husband. That's another child. And I'll tell you, they pay their airfare. They pay
with taxpayers' money.
Yes. So for the 4, their visas, yellow fever card, ticket comes to about £90,000. And every month, the 3 children, the husband, everybody, each, not all of them, each gets £8,160. These are documents from the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat. All these. And if you see the rot,
Enti Ghana's commissioner UK and Ireland, their ECOSO Scholarship Secretariat, no. Yede mu komo bebre ya nkrofo di atem ewo ho yie pa na asam no abreko say no krade a entwa yie enu nti na bibia na di allege eto ho no enti ye bedudom a na ehu se enye no kre because ye won kwada bebre wonum esu se ye scholarship ni bi ni akwa akosua de wonye nipa cramp connection kekekro benya panyi bi ase ni so no akopien wo secretariat wo kra no ahudwiri enti se wa betimi atua ma wo ho na sankrofo no aso sabe ye beneficiaries dia then oh my God, we have a nut to crack. Yes, here was assemble the po. I think say yankwa o man so near Emmanuel Wilson where convener Emma Crusaders Against Corruption. Yenen entwetwen komo via Zoom. Good. Openyi, good morning.
Good morning. Me jidi sa here.
Me hu ye pa na wo so e.
Nyame adom me hu ye. Ma me mboni to me nya convener, me chief crusader, Emma Crusaders Against Corruption.
Eno ano ye nya ni sen ya na ye ni giye pa correction edem why. Afa ye nko corruption-related issues are pending. Man Ghana mu AXA Energy Scholarship Secretariat. No, we take a one but it's off my.
Well, some me born it tough. The American say, "Enye me one p," because a clear exposure to your institutional failures are your war ewo omayimu. Mark Bonhudero abo akase. Say a person fighting corruption pa dia. One of the things that is here in near ye, and it's a neighbor committee and one year. And it's a your institutions, especially state institutions are one. Ye be significant reforms ever bring about transparency. Ye be significant reforms ever bring about accountability. Na ebiem so ye be significant reforms ebe to me bring about checks and balances. Till say ye ni be kosa niema ne ho no. Sa ade ya ekosi ebe koso akoso. De enyem wa kese wom ene say senka a change of government ain't take place. Very possible say sa niema we nyina nkenya ade ayebi. A chepefe say even under government say oteso no very possible say niema say enso ekoso. Den na till say a change of government be take place no. We are not able to get all these informations. Simply because your institutions no we have it running, but yes, running no very, very, very weak. Structures no very strong. Wow. And until it lapses, any loopholes for such things to happen.
Good. Share energy sector hun semua asante beko yachino ewo US memo Parliamentary Select Committee on Energy then 2014-15 edi biankrofo eboboni adeno. The state institutions ye jiwon mu disombe boye ni ban corruption hun semua wondin for no then e catching as a nation.
It tells us say you pretend say you fight corruption, and the reason why I make us you pretending and say you setting up institutions it is a boying to fight corruption, but in reality no those institutions you're setting it up in a very weak manner. And institutions are supposed to help us fight corruption, but in reality, it is not helping us to fight corruption. A typical example, OSP's office. The act establishing OSP now, but tiny say may fight corruption. And so share indeed the mandate no power any powers are ikita. Say very limited. It contradicts the rationality you're setting it up. Another example, Parliament Ankasa. Parliament, one of the key anti-corruption institutions in any democratic dispensation and our country, a Parliament. Your Parliament is supposed to serve as check. Unfortunately, we have a Parliament and also a so weak to the extent say a so partisan. Our parliamentarians on any given day, instead of them putting executive on track and on check, Omo reduce the whole powers to partisanship. Into BB Besia, instead of some nationalistic and national interest, Omo through the lens of partisan interest. And that makes it very difficult. Yewo Omei Muha, Achenso Enche Biaye, Anania war one of the anti-corruption campaigners, war parliament, in the name of PC Apia Ofori. PC appeal for Eddie Betuja. That time, Ekache Yenina say, look, Vodafone a year turn. Transaction is taking place. Any approval processes are the better parliament. Some of the parliamentarians are Jessica. Because it was going against a certain political party. Interestingly, it was even going against Nnawotwe party. Nnawotwe party members came out to fight him. A creative impression say PC appeal for Rian Kasampo no sebe na dream mukano. And unti na okikano. But that was an opportunity for us as a country to say there's no smoke without any fire. Into when you're parliamentarian, not parliamentarian no about because the kosunia. Yenina as a minor, how do we scrutinize parliament? Senke idea you to me scrutinize a parliament that time. A put two checks and balances in place that time now. In general, no, it is worrying, but It is not so worrying because any idea it happened overnight. A idea it happened over the past period. Just say as a minor, we are not so committed to it. Eba, yebeka wasema ni reducing it to partisan, and a NDC, and a NPP, and a NPP, and a NDC. Adiebechi, adiebesa no biya refi. Then it goes out, then it comes back again. You share a typical example of this. What's the name? Scholarship.
Secretariat, yes.
Secretariat. So, we go through the act of scholarship secretariat na. Omo act na establishing na. And the whole PFA act ni chair. Omo it is a more sponsor scholarship.
Yeah.
Qualification and all those things. Oshe act ni ma enche will be bia say it is say empo uma Emmanuel Wilson scholarship ne yire ne nemba. So it is say omo
Mr. Wilson, jina so ma me ti hobio because e bi mu feel say criteria ne ewom say one person enya scholarship no awari otime de ne yire anasa ne ma beneficiaries bi san ka ho nti no educate yen e was sa point up ya
omo kasa asem no omo fa act ne mbra mbe kire me.
Okay.
But as far as I know and per the act I have read no, it is just to take care of omo ye first and foremost needy. Brilliant. So you need now you're brilliant. Una abain air show, Emma scholarship. Anka will be bia says so you need now you're brilliant. Not abain air shower. It is a abain so air shower yere any one back on. Or you're no bano. Are they also needy and brilliant? Are they part of the qualification? Into a new will be bia. But because the system is so weak, you need checks and balances into no. Obi it to me SQ. And now or say the laws are govern secretariat. Now was sesa law no, and then because onim say ebetoja over this country, you become wasema yen prosecute no, and until obe close ni now we boo in Braniso to the extent say as we speak today because of this misappropriation that taking place into no, and now me no can say. We still have debt. Just about 2-3 months ago, 2-3 months ago, me wawana minya call from some individuals via almost your students UK. No more challenges. They are frustrated. They are stranded. Lamented. And I may catch on some Crusaders Against Corruption, we will go into it and come out with the findings. And son, I say, oh, any anu ye be a to me a year no mom, and I be bomb. You do so a yes idea weighing and this information about it today. It's so clearly speaking, the point I'm making is say, and Papa say you're committed to ensuring say you're fighting corruption. During that period, you know, omo manage secretariat ni nyina, it say bring omo to book. Indeed, in bringing them to book, no, and you say a better maso keke say more, ye do more court, maybe a custodial centers. Ye making sure say causing financial loss to the state. No, sike bia yashre as a man, and our debts are currently as a result of almost decisions omu making illegal decisions omu making and ye be retrieving those amounts no, from them. Because also financial loss as a result of negligence or as a result of deliberate decisions are making just because no per se a benefit whoever whatever be the interest no you're so much interested in it, but the fact is because cause of financial loss to the state it is say you bring you to book now in moving forward so you're making sure say your structures near systems no yes maintain no you're making sure say especially your parliament. You enjoy this partisan parliament at your war as it stands now. It is so bad. Men that out. It is so bad. We get too close to parliament. Almost activities near there. Almost about 70 to 80% majority of decisions are making in it is influenced by say we need the next election. Say party, am I a party, are you popular? It is not influenced by the interest of this country. And that is what is affecting us.
Wow. Yeah, share too much power. Yeah, the ma omampenyi more ye appointment. Entities like Shiraj, Yoko, CID, Nisanyemano. So omampenyi na appointing upon the political affiliation reasons into no. When you need no can be na corruption. Ye into me into say.
Number one, maka consistently, and I mean no you're doing 100%, because a position maka over and over say your number one cause of corruption in this country, a 92 constitution. 92 constitution, not the entirety of the constitution, but the executive chapter. Chapter na ema omampeni to me to make appointments, you know. And no number one cause of corruption in this country. So, centralize power to me, it becomes difficult to fight corruption. Yeah. So, person fighting corruption, you decentralize it. 92 constitution, it was intended to protect politicians. Into your friend political constitution. It was intended to protect politicians, to have political stability. Any war and now it taking place, overthrow taking place over the past period prior to the 92. No. Now you say we don't like it. Until we should have a constitution. The number one but I will be say yebenya political stability. So for political stability, and so the NDA you must make sure that we strengthen politicians. Until that was the intention.
Okay.
Powers now the manipa bakupa in the name of the president. Shraj, Iyoku, IGP, CID. All the state institutions that is fighting corruption, including Attorney General, they are being appointed by the president of any given day. If you do that, what it does is say you bring in partisanship. Say enemy na me appoint you your number one allegiance is towards me first before any other.
Yes.
It is who appointed me as IGP. Now. Mina, Yemfani say NDC Nnawotwe just for the conversation purposes. NDC Nnawotwe, President appointed IGP. Now, Yemfani say regional chairman and now any executive member of the current government engaging in any wrongdoing. GDA pass IGP benya the akukudro no so kwako prosecute ni pa akono. Compared akukudro akobenya so they prosecute any ordinary person. It will be totally different. Say, your 92 constitution, powers are the executive, powers are the president. Yente powers in so. Unfortunately, and now main case unfortunately, but to some extent, so we read the says position paper about Betuja regarding the constitutional review committee for commission for Omo report. So unya embre now go through the position paper, which is a 93 pages. Unya embre now go through. You will see, say, to some extent, even though some of the powers have been taken out from the president per the paper, but to some extent, the president still wields a lot of those powers. Say papa say you fighting corruption there. You're making sure say to me I the presidency. Sa to me no. You be reduces that to me now. Earlier on, that be about parliament, you reducing it to partisanship. But in reality, it is also because of Tumi Ayediama president. President Bia Ewo Tumi said Oba appointed so many people from parliament. In Crawford P, Eco Parliament, not because person formulating laws, but they go to Parliament because person catch the eye of the president, so that they will be appointed ministers and deputy ministers, so that they can have the additional benefit.
Yeah.
In the Parliament, now me both time say me person me catch the eye of the president, automatically I'll end up singing the tune of the executive instead of being a check on the executive. No, I'll be doing yes amasa to the executive. Until then, it say Parliament it says survey as a check on the executive. No, that Parliament, no, because of the kind of constitution I want to know, that Parliament, no, ends up becoming partisan and it becomes weak. And that is the reason why I BM to the issue of PC appeal for it. I say, Embra Vodafone, Tom Vodafone, under His Excellency, the former President Kufuor. Tom Vodafone. Oba out because say Vodafone Tom agreement by Parliament in Crawford Ajijiska from Omo Opesomuto Vodafone. Look, such people, whether you like it or not, Yeton president, the then president, Nankasa Eba out because say, baby, I'm Vodafone United say Yeton. Until he has okayed it. Who are you as an ordinary MP to go to Parliament and say me vote against it, especially when you belong to that party? It will be difficult.
All right.
They are executive, no? And also here the number one thing high in terms of fighting corruption.
All right.
The other also the way we are not able to prosecute Omwa, will find them culpable just because they belong to Party A or Party B. It becomes difficult for us to fight corruption.
Good. Yenya Constitutional Review Committee. Se bibi ewo amamrani mu no. Ewo si ye review anye bia no. Mu crusaders no, mutimi tintim kakra de koyi. Se na be ya. Too much pie de mo mampanyin ye betimi asakra mu.
Yeah, pa. De di kan in fact ye niema mienu. De di kan the decoupling of the Attorney General from the Minister of Justice. Because na yebo time say Minister of Justice should not be the same person as obey Attorney General. Yeah. Oh yes, sir. There will be conflict of interest. You can't be a referee in your own court.
Match, yeah. And
now your own match. Wow, we a player. Once on a referee, it doesn't work. Into the couple. Nyamincha the 93 pages I may refer to no. That paper no confirms say the government has taken that position. The second one I know see a proposal here. No, still we are not happy with the government position per the white paper about Betujano. The elections of MMDCs. Your position is electing MMDCs, but not on a partisan line.
Okay.
Because you believe you say MMDCs, say earlier on, decentralize power.
Yeah.
Say centralize power is difficult to fight corruption. Until when you decentralize, one of the ways to decentralize it, they say MMDC is one of the ways to decentralize it, they say MMDC is almost to me now. They will not have allegiance towards any president. Until you elected MMDCs. Unfortunately, white paper eba betujano. Abaine said, or believe and now are you committed to electing MMDCs. But caveat what say, president of any given day no, onobe appointed and obe selected NIPA 5. Out of NIPA 5 no, me omobe call for vetting. Call vetting na near shortlisted miensa. Na sa miensa ni a present you omu to the municipal. Na omo municipal no, omo ato onipa akone swaba. But honestly speaking, say president never be appointed NIPA 5 and obe selected NIPA 5. The reality is that there's a higher possibility say of NIPA 5 or be elector mono. There will be people from his own party. It is a president ever be and obe selecting NIPA 5 from the party. Now out of the 5, no call for vetina, you be selected 3. Now out of the 3, no, ya 2 NIPA bakoswaba. At the end of the day, the president NIPA chair and he say, Obi bia you better ne swaba out of the 3, no, Obi belonging to the party. It is still it is going to be on a partisan line.
All right.
And that one we are not in support of. No matter the raising our president, for whatever, no, we are encouraging Ghanaians say opportunity basi a referendum on this, vote to no on it. Because at the end of the day, no, say you could vote to yes on it. It will just be much ado about nothing. It will just be like the way our MMDCs are selected now.
Good. Mr. Wilson, home so mami nya why? Ene enuwa na edi nkomo no nti. Jina so Mr. Emmanuel Wilson, chief crusader, Emma Crusaders Against Corruption. Nti yedi nkomo kama. Nti minu abema yenhwe asemo a Yera Wilson kano. So much mismanagement. Ye ekoso ewe institutions ahuduo mu ya kano ofane say.
Urban mismanagement and it is a canker that has been in the system since the beginning of the system. If you've worked with civil servants and public servants, you would realize corruption even politicians are corrupt, and no crowd surface. The canker is deep rooted in the system. The civil servants are more corrupt than the politicians. But because the political people are the face of everything, they are those to be blamed.
Enti Yera Kingsley Agyemang issue ya bay. So I'm on Crawford. MPP ni mapa. Na wotimi di Crawford ko ekunu ejire ye nananom ni ade. Ni papebo no.
You see, Sebano issue where you come from the emotional perspective and the emotional background. Obeke cancer. But so unim say the mamene playing with the emotions of people.
Sana uhono.
I studied in the United Kingdom. That is why I did my master's. University of Leeds. It is Sebano scholarship in Sema. I believe so. I know even more than the High Commissioner there.
Really?
Because no. But no. Why I want you to understand that what she's doing might even affect the country. One, your money per scholarship. After we letters, one of the challenges, especially PhD students, one of the challenges I will face is how to now bring your family there. Because PhD students, any masters are from 2 years, or studies near 2 years and above, you are entitled to bring in your family. In some countries like Canada and US, you're more lenient to bring your family. But sometimes in the UK, it is difficult to bring your family there because of the visa processing. Inti, the na omoye, and they say, they'll give you a letter, say, oh, ye bema allowance I be cover family nina. In some way, say, and just say, obeka ewo TV, so because embassy for nete or more.
Say enkrata no o tutum.
Embassy for enkrata na o tutum no ye wo letter mature mau. Say fako. Ne fako you bibi letter no as long as mature mau a free institution e just say you copy one institution the record. But aside from that no, if just who say ye trio bia, we have what we call payment voucher because scholarship secretariat ye mo bia cash ho. Inti se upesa o hwese no kre there's been a corrupt activity yama ebi musika ense fata. Oh, wait. That is why when you do an audit, you trace the payment voucher to ascertain, say, truly, sika we in a free ha ekoha. Me, I was in UK. Wait. I was in no credit share. Obia wakwa broche on scholarship of Ghana. Be a bit miaka semwe scholarship secretariat. You are entitled. We are master students. You are entitled to £1,000 a month. Nesikano. Emba month no. Ebeba abakra within 4 months. Quarterly na ya mau sika. Meti me the mensabo me boa catch say they are usually scholarship secretary when they pay the fees. When you allowance cry 1 quarter, the rest it will never come.
And the Mfonso no ye as say no abemu a ye nyina ye ka ho asem.
Mfonso no na me catch say ono no etu anamo anka ye be boa amanfo ni omo ebusia de a o metimi anya visa de akọ. But Obi feel say it's an opportunity for the person to do politics inti or this in sema anka yen kan wo bedwem esan say embassy for no etia e be dane problem. You remember say there was a time ko utu kwan na MP ma letter ye ma visa onim say ye ma letter enye ni na ye ma visa is because of in sem bia ACC manfo bi anka o manu antum
ekokika the right thing. See ye ade no ne kwan so no ne papemu a.
Well ne kwan so ne papemu. But I'm not justifying any means say ko embassy just we use documents and send fata. But say what to sa na mo no na we hu say na ya say we go through process na mo wie na woke ni ya catch and say manemba. Uko di 3 years ho. Canada they easy as long as we need scholarship no work on the ombe. But other countries no. Nya ka say yamba woke nimba. Awa e wo hwe.
Nti yema wonko a wase etua sika ma wo.
Ye ntua sika ni manipa no. That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. Ye ntua inti na one say she's not been able to point out say this is the voucher say yema obi sika. And you know the funny thing was £8,000 and I nipa a month.
And one more time and say na namoje.
Na school fees ya. School fees abros were £21,000.
Yes, a voucher ben na will pay.
Inti ye tria obi allowance and tasum ye tria obi allowance £8,000 a month. Say within a year no ni allowance na ye tria is above the school fees no be 3 or 4 times. And yes,
so you are defending your policy?
I'm not defending. What I'm making you understand, say, if she understood, probably she's being mischievous. But so say
a whole commissioner.
Scholarship Secretariat is there. Why hasn't Scholarship Secretariat officially come out to say, tria in Kofobi say, other institutions are doing that. So why is she preempting the investigation? It means she has an agenda. And you see, this government, anytime their backs are on the wall, they find a way to try to change the narrative within the social media and the media landscape. Because I have been to school in the UK, and I can tell you on authority, Scholarship Secretariat, if they pay masters £80,000 a month, and £1,000 no, about for 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, or mutumi kemwa na babako and one no. The most important thing say you bet your school fees amount. Inti mame no onim di okeka. Na minim say with time should be exposed because the Scholarship Secretariat has made payment. There's a voucher. Why is she not bringing the voucher of payment of allowances? Because you're mau cash, it goes into your bank account straight.
It's would you to say Kingsley Agyemang people for one or Dom Koye? Yeah, Ghana for
I don't think that is possible. Me time I wasn't under Scholarship Secretariat, but me babeko nyameni madanse ni me bray ansana me mitimi koye.
Okay.
And mitimi share Leicester omoko omunya opportunity ko makacha me firm na mo kacha onim say MPP ni bi enim. Onim say MPP inti ne
so about money
me a grassroots person. Whoever knows me will tell you from Accra to Kulungungu, my team community be a constituency be I've gone around for national elections. I campaigned with Nanabi. I campaigned with Salam Mustafa. I've campaigned with Justin Kodria. I have gone around the country with the president on several occasions. I have gone around. No, I'm making you understand how I know. I'll show you what is there. So I know everybody.
Good.
And everybody knows us.
Good.
We know. Look.
Well, Ebio via Zoom, Mr. Emmanuel Wilson, Chief Crusader, Emma Crusaders Against Corruption, or Humanity Bill. Papa, so we just my
and I spoke on facts.
Dear Edika, Mami Fantu just said, Government Secretariat, you don't have any authority, say, over funded dependent of Onipakwa, or you're qualified to have the scholarship. A irregularity and illegality. There's nowhere in the act, and I'm saying it emphatically, there's nowhere in the act a trace said, Semi Manowo Seminya scholarship a bind anna etise a taking care of me dependence. A irregularity anna a illegality. Nuntino ma obi bia created that impression. A legally factual. Mo bi bia created that impression. Say ene minya scholarship na me wayire ewomba na me pese omukwa omugwan nemia. I must apply according to the law. I must apply independently for them. In applying for them, I must prove say me wosika meet me edi ashe omu. Government scholarship is limited to only the beneficiary and nobody any stipend. Stipend is a minimal amount in the mano because botany so kwa kusuade one cause of your family and all live comfortably. A minimum stipend and the school fees and the demand. That must be established. And I'm Mayen created that wrong impression in the eyes of any viewer and a public person.
Very well.
Now, in going on, as you are saying, say my final words, may encourage it. Say your laws, you're making sure say the laws will work, irrespective of who is involved. So say you better in Crawford asono. You create impression say so ubi egu mbraso and now engaging in corrupt practices and ya dia you better na so. So umbra now ma citizens and respected imbrano by enforcing imbrana. At the end of the day, imbrano becomes a white elephant. A horn and so now Crawford ebuso. The Amisha Nimuni said Zita will go further. Indeed, Crusaders Against Corruption. You better reach out. See them catch yourself. Even before this, some investigations because of some students are reaching out to you. You better reach out to Zita. Now finding out how best we can help to get to the root of this matter. And then the issue of us, you kind of saying energy for the parliament for the women. AXA, yeah. And also, we must make sure. Say Parliament, especially through the Speaker, and in the law enforcing agencies, there's no smoke without fire. Obi bia allegedly needing abemubino. Yen starting your investigation, and in the investigation doing, yen making sure say we'll get to the root of it. My yen to say PC appeal for the at the end of the day, you do baby, no BBR refi. The next 2, 3, 4 years, change of government comes, and then we come out again and we are exposed to similar routes. You're making sure say Sadi a subitra.
Me does say, Mr. Emmanuel Wilson, what that did you dear my pa na me say one-on-one, ye besan Asia, Yamisha.
Mamma Kwanza, Oka, Sembi and Yanokre. I want to state it emphatically. I want to state it emphatically. The scholarship secretariat doesn't pay for any dependents. Now, what we scholarship no? Open the phone lines. Let people who have received scholarship tell you. Or more receiving scholarship, almost typing not to talk of dependents. What I'm making you understand is the letter was purposely for visa acquisition and visa
investigated.
Wait. But he made a statement. That is what I'm trying to rebut. You see, the visa acquisition, no, unkomwa enyoya. Ukomwa na ube feel how painful it is. I don't have a problem if you what the scholarship secretariat is doing with regards to visa might not be right. Okay. But if we want to continue doing that, you don't say it out there because it will cause a problem. That is my whole stance. But on what I know, and yes, will be a catcher me. What I know as somebody who has studied in the UK and I've moved with beneficiaries of scholarship secretariat and are on to date. I can show you platform Ghanaian students. This place Ghanaian students. This I'm there. I'm part of the Ghanaian news in UK.
Jamaruddin. National Communications Team. Wano ana watse nka no se ne wase hiti se report no de e wase ye twa no so e kakra busua enankasa no the new patriotic party regional election e koso mantem ni nyina all the 16 regions wo mo to aba e de yi wo mpanyimfo na Ashanti region titru ode ne hokwaku apia koka e de ne contender no yese emu agire yie pa enti no Pani mpoto from crampo na ho report. Ye de bebro network nso ekoso ewe yi mensa nkwanhia ye nua ba fia mankwa tamaklo eni crew ni nyina akogo aye free ya ye kotwa wonum na yatenetene yapom kakra. Ye homeso ye ba na watwe musem still on Adom TV.